Happy Wednesday. It's Leza Live back on the radio on the news 103.5 FM. KYCA. Barely here, but at one point you got to say, enough is enough. Get in the shower, get dressed, and get back to work. Hello, Matt and Drew. How's it going?
Incredible. How are you, Leza?
You know what? I'm here. We've turned the tables. There will be a lot of coughing. There might be some sneezing, maybe some, I don't know, snot sucking at some point. I am not responsible for any weird noises that go out over the air today because I'm trying to be on the mend today.
Is that my responsibility? Is your weird noises?
You might need to have your finger on that button. Is it a button or a slide? Can you just push the button? Can you just push the button at the bottom? See that button right there? Push it. Push it. Let's see. Push it. See? Oh, no. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, slide it down if I look like I'm about to do something gross. Right?
I will do my best.
All right. Well, you'll remember.
Here, hold on. I got it.
Okay. There. Good job. Good job. Well, you'll remember back on Thursday, I think it was starting to come on Thursday morning, and I took some Advil, cold and flu, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going there. I'm not going to let it get me. And then Friday, I was in, and I was feeling great on Friday, remember? We had a great time. We love Fridays. Fridays always feel good in here.
It was the donut-filled ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the ice cream-filled donut. That's what I said
ice
backwards.
Ice cream-filled donuts.
Yeah. But then Friday evening, man, it hit me like a truck. And I was down for the count Saturday, Sunday, Monday, even Tuesday. Yesterday, I decided I better take a shower, see if I can stand, you know? Here comes a cough. Here it comes.
Wait, so hold on. You're openly admitting that you haven't showered for like 5 days?
I didn't shower for 3 days. No, I showered yesterday, and then I showered again today. And a shower does a world of good. I should have showered the first day, really. Really, that's my advice. If anybody gets this creepy crud that I had, it starts out as a chest cold, moves into your head, and just zaps you of all energy. But, yeah, if it happens to you, if you catch it, just, get up and shower daily because maybe that would help me a lot. I don't know.
I was going to say, that's the energy level I'm at like every day.
Yeah.
You're zapped.
Yeah,
so.
You're zapped. Well, hopefully you won't feel like this. I'll try to keep my germs on this side of the studio. But, the show must go on, and I didn't want to miss this interview. We are going to be chatting with Corey Sullivan, who actually graduated from, I'm pretty sure, Prescott Basis, and went on to ASU, played Division I soccer for Arizona State. And she's a pro soccer player in Scotland now. And my girls went to school with her way back in the day. And she's in town in her off season to visit her family, who still lives here. And so I was like, we got to get Corey in studio and talk about her amazing career. She's had some challenges. Here comes a cough.
I like that you're warning me. I like that you keep warning me. That helps a lot because then I can just throw it down. Oh, there's no warning on that one.
I'm just going to turn my head. When I have that panic look on my face and I turn my head.
Yeah, but turn the other way so it doesn't fly all over me.
I'll do my best. So anyway, I didn't want to miss this interview. I had her scheduled for yesterday, and God bless her little heart. I was like, I'm sick. Can you come in tomorrow? So she's coming in this afternoon. Hopefully, she should wear a mask. I'd hate to get her sick. I don't think I'm still contagious, but how long are you contagious with a cold?
We'll find out tomorrow. Because, if I call out sick and Drew calls out sick, we all know.
Yeah.
I'm behind the glass, though.
You did come in here, though.
Yeah, you're done, dude.
He's a brave soul.
Germs don't get me.
You know what? Don't say that, because that's exactly what I said. I said, I take so much vitamin C. I'm immune.
Well, Jamie says if anybody gets sick, it's not going to be me.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm very fortunate that way. I take my vitamins.
Knock on some wood. Just everybody knock on some wood for Drew. All right.
There we
go. So, yeah, we're chatting with Corey Sullivan coming up. Can't wait to see her. It's been a long time, and can't wait to hear about her journey and her career. Pretty amazing. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a ton of fun.
This is going to be this slider's going to get worn out.
I know. I'm sorry. So why don't you do the talking? Tell me what I missed. Everything.
What did you miss?
Yeah, all weekend long. I watched a lot of basketball and hockey. Watched the hockey game last night?
No.
Those Oilers are not done, man. They're like, no, the Panthers were up 3-0 in the series. They only had to win one to be done. And the Oilers have come back with a vengeance. Last night's game, I think that the Oilers were up 3-1. And then the Panthers came back, and it was a tight game last night. Really fun to watch. So now they're heading back to Edmonton. And if I'm wrong on any of this, just, it's not my fault.
You're sick.
Yeah, I'm sick. But they wanted to wrap it up last night in Florida in front of their home team crowd, and they didn't do it. So we go on to Game 6. Pretty exciting. The Celtics wrapped up the NBA Finals, and so that was exciting. I missed that game. Did you watch that game?
No.
No.
I was. Wasn't that Saturday night?
Oh, that's right. You want to talk about the big in-arena football game? Please give us the details.
I don't know if you want me to talk about it.
It was the Wranglers against the Rattlers. Huge in-state rivalry.
Yep.
Rattlers have been the reigning champs for how many decades? I mean, they've just
a long time.
Yeah, they've been really dominating the sport here in Arizona, and our Wranglers have beat them a couple times.
Yes, mostly when it counts in the playoffs.
Right. But then on Saturday night, take it from there, please.
They did not. They did not beat us. They lost, and there was an altercation in the Wranglers bench. Two of the coaches got into it.
Oh.
Yeah, I missed it. I was editing photos and filing photos real fast,
Oh,
but
no.
I heard all about it.
Oh, no. That's crazy. I wonder what they were fighting about.
I don't know.
Were fists involved? Fisticuffs?
From what I was told, yeah.
Wow. Was there any blood drawn?
I don't think so.
No. Oh.
But yeah, it was probably...
I need more details, Matt.
I wasn't there. I missed it. I mean, that's one of the problems when they're like, oh, you got to file, a minimum of 5 to 10 photos per quarter.
Right.
I got to do it when the game's still going,
Right. Right. Well,
but
too bad. Too bad the Wranglers lost. What was the score?
I don't remember. It was close, but it wasn't like super close. Not like with New Mexico where it was like 1 point.
Right.
But yeah, it was probably the best game we've had all season.
Okay.
All right. The Rattlers showed up and performed, and the Wranglers have been performing all season.
Yeah.
So, and it was huge because it was in conference, so we have fairly secured a playoff spot.
You have.
The Rattlers, yeah.
Okay. I think we're in the playoffs.
Yeah, you guys are.
Yeah,
the
we're having a
Wranglers
good
are
season.
currently in the playoffs as well.
Yeah.
It's the top 4 teams. Rattlers are 3. Wranglers are 4.
Okay.
There's still 4 games left in the season, so there's a lot of football still left to go.
Okay.
So,
and I think, don't we have a home game coming up?
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday here in
I believe so.
in Prescott Valley. So we're going to have a pair of tickets to give away on Friday. So you can look forward and win your way in right here on Leza Live.
That'll be fun.
Super fun.
Day
Super
games.
fun. Okay, did I miss anything else, Drew?
I think you're good. You
Yeah.
know?
Awesome.
You're a trooper, you know?
Well, the show must go on, right?
Absolutely.
That's right. Okay, very good. Well, then let's move right along. Like I said.
Oh, I got you. I'm on it.
But I'm pretty sure you can hear it through your mic.
Probably
So,
a little bit because
this is fun.
mine picks up like everything.
This is fun. All right, let's move right along. I'll do the best that I can. Today is Juneteenth, marking the end of slavery in the United States. It's also known as Freedom Day. The name is a combination of June and 19th, the day in 1865 when General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, and announced that all enslaved people were free. What a day to celebrate. Absolutely. President Biden made it a national holiday in 2021. We've got some closures. Federal offices, courts, and post offices closed today. Banks, public schools also closed. Same with state and municipal offices, courts, and the DMV. Everything else is pretty much open for business. UPS and FedEx will be delivering, so do not panic. Also, it's the last day of spring officially. Summer arrives tomorrow afternoon, 4:51 p.m. Eastern Time, which is also the longest day of the year for daylight. But if you're like me and follow all the weather nerds, we said spring. We said see it as spring a couple weeks ago. Meteorological. Say it.
Meteorological.
Thank you. Summer
Logical.
started on June 1st, and they like to keep it simple. So there you go. Meteorological.
I think when Phoenix cracks 100, it's officially summer.
I agree. 100%. 100%. It's
So-
National Martini Day, and I will not be partaking, unfortunately. Maybe it'd make me feel better.
It'll kill the germs.
You think so?
The bacteria,
Can't
maybe.
make you feel worse.
Can't make me feel any worse until tomorrow.
Till tomorrow morning, maybe.
Right, yeah. National Martini Day. Some martini fun facts. Legend has it the martini was originally called the Martinez, named after the California gold rush town of Martinez, where it was invented. Or maybe not. Seems like everyone was too drunk to remember the actual history. Ignore James Bond's advice. Experts say shaking a martini in ice will just leave you with a watered-down drink.
It's true.
You got it. You got to shake it in ice in the
Not
shaker.
stirred? No?
It's James Bond. They can't do that. It's shaken or stirred.
That's
One
right.
or the other.
Well, how do you like yours? Or how did you like yours?
I don't drink martinis.
You never did?
Only once.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst periods I've ever had in my life.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
Sounds like a good story.
We want to hear more about that.
Well, that you'll have to interview me then on that one.
Okay, all right.
It's not good.
Not good. Oh, well then maybe we don't. I don't know.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's a good story, but it's.
Yeah. Drew is full of good
I
stories.
lost a couple days there
Yeah.
somehow.
And you're blaming it on the martini, huh?
I'll fill you in if you want to go further later after I'll talk to you.
All right.
Did you get a weird tattoo as well?
Oh, God forbid. They could have cut my head off. I wouldn't have known.
Well, I don't know a better day to talk about it than Martini Day. Just give us the highlights or the lowlights, if you will.
Light. Okay.
Yeah.
I started in a company, and every salesman had to train with a guy named Pete Gettings. And Pete was a old-time newspaper guy.
Okay.
Smoked 50-millimeter cigars,
Yes.
dressed up.
I said highlights. Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
keep it moving.
Everybody had to train with Pete, and they said, "Oh, you're going to train with Pete," but they didn't tell you what Pete does. He takes the rookie sales guys out for lunch, and lunch starts out with 3 martinis. And,
Oh my gosh.
oh no, it continued. But of course, I was young, and I'm not going to let this old guy out drink me,
Right.
which was a major mistake.
Uh-oh.
He's a veteran.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I got up the next day and went to work, and
Yeah.
I got there and they're like, "Where you been?" I slept for 2 days.
You
I drank
did.
so many martinis.
How many did you drink? Do you remember?
Well,
I mean, upwards of 6?
Oh, past 6.
Oh, you're lucky you survived it.
Oh no, this was ugly.
Yeah.
So needless to say, I came back in, got a standing ovation from the whole company, and there's Pete just smiling like a cat, grinning, goes, "I got another one." He's marked as salesman.
Oh.
Every rookie sales guy went through Pete Gettings, but I didn't know that.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I can't even smell a martini. I don't even look at a martini. I
Right.
don't want anything to do with a martini. So that's my whole martini story.
Okay, that's a good story. See, and today's the perfect
2
day to tell that
days.
story. Yeah, I can't say I've ever done that. Missed 2 whole days.
I literally
Yeah.
slept for 2. I don't remember coming home. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Okay, well,
That stopped a lot of drinking for me.
I bet it did. Yeah, that's why he's not partaking today.
Today.
Yeah, very good. Well, thanks
But
for
I like
sharing.
scotch, though.
Thanks for sharing that story with us. We appreciate it. All right, National Martini Day. Celebrate responsibly, right? Right. Okay, coming up, Kelly Tolbert is going to be in with her midweek weekend preview. And then, like I said, Corey Sullivan's going to be in to tell us all about her exciting career as a pro soccer player in Scotland, England. Did I just snort? I think I
Oh,
did.
yeah, you did.
Yep, I did. That's coming up on Leza Live right now. Shouting out to Master Jeweler Kevin O'Neill at the Artful Eye Jewelers, celebrating 25 years. The guy looks like he's 26 years old, so I don't know how he's been working there so long, but started out at 18, apprenticed under Master Jeweler Dave Rabellino. He learned from the best, and Dave says Kevin's always had a natural talent and is great with his hands. He truly has an artful eye. Congratulations, Kevin. You got to stop in and see all the beautiful works of art that Kevin has made there at the Artful Eye Jewelers, artwork that you can wear. And stop in and congratulate him on 25 years at the Artful Eye Jewelers, smack dab in the middle of Whiskey Row, downtown Prescott. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Joining us in studio, we have Kelly Tolbert with her midweek weekend preview. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, everybody.
Tell us what's going on.
Happy Wednesday. We have a good bit going on this weekend. So starting Thursday at the Courthouse Plaza is the summer concert series Road 1 South. Rockin' good time with those guys, always starting at 6:30. So don't forget your lawn chair and all the things you need to make yourself comfortable and have a great time.
Fabulous.
On the Courthouse Plaza with Road 1 South.
And go early because the place is packed.
Every time I've been by,
yes,
it is packed. But it's such a good vibe,
yes,
to be downtown in the summer on the Courthouse Plaza, and our daylight hours are so good for that too. So
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, get out there and soak up some of that fun. Friday at the Elks Theater is Beyond the British Invasion, so it's Beatles inspired among other entertainment at 7 p.m. And then Saturday starts the 43rd annual Bluegrass Festival.
Oh boy, this is a big one.
It is a big one, starting at 11 a.m. on Saturday and 11 to 3:30 on Sunday. It goes till 9 Saturday night, so plenty of chance to get down there and see some of these great talents we have that come to town. Again, bring your lawn chair because I think you can just like camp out and get all that fun happenings.
Very nice.
And then at the Elks is Stanford Sings Sinatra by Sky Daddy, which I did hear the show that you had, Sky Daddy, promoting this event.
Yes, we had Stanford in here, and he sang a little Sinatra. Remember, he serenaded me.
He did.
He did. He made me blush.
Look like right at him.
Yeah,
the
he
whole
wouldn't
time.
let me look away. It was very awkward.
Oh,
but it was very good. It was good. This show's going to be very good.
So definitely check online for tickets. I know those shows sell out a lot, and it starts at 7 p.m. on Saturday. And then Sunday, you guys were just talking about our Northern Arizona Wranglers. They are playing the San Antonio Gunslingers Sunday at 3 at the Finley Toyota Center.
Okay, we'll have tickets to give away on Friday.
Listen up for a chance to win.
There you go.
And then also Sunday afternoon at 3 at the Elks Crystal Hall is Sundays at the Sundance. It's a totally free event, but they do have a capacity. So I think that's probably get there early if you want to get in. And then Tuesday, again, part of the summer downtown concert series, they have Yavapai College Trailblazers, which is a big band jazz and swing ensemble at 7 p.m.
Fabulous.
Tuesday. And then Well Dressed Wolves is at the Birdcage for Saturday and Sunday. We've got the Lobby Bar at St. Michael's, which has their live piano. We all love that. And happy hour specials. Jersey Lily has Last Call Blues Band on Friday and Saturday. Matt's has Casey and the Moonshine Band. Whiskey River Tavern has All She Wrote and Scandalous Hands on Friday. Saturday is Flashback, Palomino, Trey Frittle, and 90 Proof. So if you can't get your fill of music over at the Bluegrass Festival, there's plenty happening around town. And Sunday is also 90 Proof at the Whiskey River Tavern. And then over at the Windsock Lounge, Friday is Toucan Eddie, and Saturday is Chuck Hall, Sunday Blues Jam. Toucan Eddie was down at the Plaza for Downtown Summer Concert Series recently, and they sounded so fun.
How fun.
Yeah,
Toucan
you can see them
Eddie
at the Windsock if you'd like.
Fantastic. Kelly, thank you for bringing us our midweek weekend
You're
preview.
so welcome.
We
Working for the weekend. Yep.
Data girl.
Thanks.
Keep on keeping on.
You too.
Stick around. Coming up, we're going to be chatting with pro soccer player Corey Sullivan here on Leza Live. Right now, looking for top-notch women's health care? Look no further. I have to share how wonderful Prescott Women's Clinic is. They were incredible during both my pregnancies. Plus, they offer fertility services, cancer screenings, hormone therapy, and more. You can find them in Prescott off of Willow Creek Road and in Prescott Valley on Florentine Road. Don't put it off, ladies. Call today, 928-778-4300, or go online to PrescottWomen'sClinic.com, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's Leza live on the news 103.5 FM KYCA. So excited about this interview this morning. I have Corey Sullivan, Prescott bassist, graduate, and pro soccer player in studio. Good morning, Corey.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for coming in. I know you're on break and you're home from Scotland to visit family. And I'm like, I told your mom, I said, when Corey's in, maybe she'll come in and be on the show and tell us about her exciting career as a pro soccer player. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. Well, let's start with, were you born here in Prescott?
I was actually born in Alabama. That's where my mom is from.
Okay.
But shortly after I was born, we moved here. So
Right.
I was basically raised in Prescott, Arizona.
Wonderful. And you graduated, like I said, from Bases Prescott.
Mhm.
And you started playing soccer early on. Do you remember how old?
I think I was about 5 or 6. My mom put us in a lot of sports, me and my sister. So we started playing soccer together, and we were like in dance classes and gymnastics.
Right. You did
But
it all.
immediately just loved soccer. I think my mom could tell the difference pretty early on because my sister loved picking flowers and doing cartwheels on the field, and I was like little beast out there,
Yeah.
like chasing people down.
Right. So you knew early on that you just loved the sport. It's a tough sport. Lots of running and soccer.
Lots of running.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's wonderful. And so you grew up playing AYSO like most kids in our area do. But then you knew that you needed to do a little more than that because you loved the sport so much. So you committed to a team down in the valley, right?
Yes.
And so what was that like growing up? You had to get on the road after
Yeah.
school and homework and the car. And how old are you when you started playing for the Blackhawks?
So when I think I was in 6th grade, I played on a boys team in Prescott because my parents wanted me to get a little bit more competition. So I was playing on a team called Vardar on a girls team and then playing on a boys team as well.
Okay.
And that was where I got recognized from a team in the Valley. And they were like, we want her to come down and start guest playing for us.
Nice.
So a lot of begging for my parents because
Right.
it's a huge commitment for them to
Yes.
have to take time off work. I mean, it's a 2-hour drive there, 2-hour
Right.
practice, and 2-hour drive back.
Right.
So we did that for about once a week in 6th grade, and I just fell in love with it. And I continued to progress so much that my 7th grade year, we made that like a full-time gig. So I started going down there once or twice a week and then training up here with the boys. And then by 8th grade, we were going down more frequently. We were playing in big tournaments like National League back in the day. So we were like in North Carolina, and we started getting looked at by college coaches.
Wow.
So the process is a little bit different now. They have more rules about it, but I
Sure.
was getting looked at by college coaches in 8th grade, which was so exciting but
Yes,
terrifying
I
at the same
bet.
time.
Right. But you
There's-
knew you loved the sport and you wanted to take it to the furthest that you
Yeah.
could, right?
Yeah, so I knew college soccer was going to be a part of it. So that was super exciting to starting to get looked at by colleges and yeah.
Right. And the college that you ended up committing with was Arizona State University. That's
Yes.
pretty much a no-brainer because I'm a Sun Devil. So I'm glad that we recruited you. And,
Yes.
and you had a great career there at ASU. And you had some struggles physically.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you had some diagnoses, if you want to share,
Yeah.
and the challenges with that. Because, I mean, being a pro athlete and being a college athlete, for a Division I team, the commitment, not only for your sport, but for your studies as well. I've heard stories that it can be so brutal that people opt out at the end. They're like, I'm done. And not only did you have the struggles with, your health, you had your studies and your sport as well. Tell us a little bit about how that was for you.
Yeah. My freshman year was very, very tough, I would say. I had recently, just before going into my freshman year, got diagnosed with celiac disease.
Oh, wow.
So for the listeners who don't know, celiac is an autoimmune disease where if my body gets like a crumb of gluten, which is like in wheat, barley, rye,
It's in everything.
everything,
Yes.
it's so hard.
Yes.
But my intestines will basically, like my body attacks my intestines and eat my intestines away. So then
Ugh.
I can't digest food. I was losing weight super rapidly. I was having really bad brain fog. I was super fatigued. So this started happening like my senior year of high school. And I was still going down to the valley 2 or 3 times a week to train.
Wow.
And then playing on the weekends down in Casa Grande. And then that was our home game. And then our away games were in California. So it was
Ugh.
a lot of travel. But
Yes. How
I-
did you do that? I mean, how did you keep up with it all?
honestly, I had a lot of support from my family. And I think that was like the main thing was like I mean, I had this goal, and they knew that these were like important steps for being able to achieve that. So they sacrificed a lot to be able to get me down to trainings, and we started seeking a lot of health professionals because we didn't really know what was wrong with me at first.
Did it take a long time to diagnose it?
It took a little bit because people were like, she's probably just stressed. I was under a lot of pressure. I mean, I was at Basis, my last year at Basis, so I was taking a lot of AP classes, and the SAT and ACT. Athletes still have to take those.
Right, absolutely. Yes.
So
stress definitely was a part of all of this. Do they think that that's what brought it on, or is it just the timing?
So we're not actually sure because it is like a DNA thing. So we're not sure what triggered it.
Okay.
But I was actually in Japan on a mission trip, doing like a soccer mission trip in an outreach program.
Yes.
And we didn't eat a lot of gluten at my house growing up because my dad is intolerant.
Okay.
So we think maybe that hit it for a little bit. And then when I was in Japan, I was like, oh, we could have bread. We could have all this crazy stuff.
Right, that you didn't have at home.
Yes, exactly. So I was like living my best life, eating away.
Right.
And I got back after like 2.5 weeks, and I'd lost 20 pounds.
What?
And
That's
I was in
crazy.
extreme pain. But during the trip, I didn't think about it. I was just having too much fun.
Right.
So,
Right, as you would.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then that was kind of where, after that, my parents were like, we need to go to the doctor. And the doctor at first was like, it's probably just stress. And I was like, I'm in a lot, like excruciating pain. Every time I eat, it feels like knives are cutting my insides. And he was like, I think it's just stress. And so he ran some blood tests, and it came back positive for celiac disease, Crohn's disease, and ulcerative colitis.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
then he was like, call my parents. And he was like, we need to get her to a GI immediately.
Right. And you were at ASU during all of this.
So this was actually my senior year. So I was still at home.
Okay.
Definitely scary because I
Yes.
was about to go into my freshman year of college, and now I'm like, I have all these diagnoses now that we're not sure what's going on.
Right.
So I got some scopes done, and it came back positive for the celiac. So they were like, just eat gluten-free and you'll be fine.
Okay.
So we started that process of like trying to just eat gluten-free, and my symptoms continued to get worse and worse. To where, and again, like, this is my dream to play D1 soccer.
Yes.
At a Pac-12 school. Like,
Right. So this is
huge.
killing you.
Yes.
You're like, I don't feel well, but I'm set to do what I meant to do. That had to be so stressful.
Oh, so stressful.
Yes.
And I'm pre-med too. So
Oh my gosh.
take my pre-med classes.
Type A personality, why don't ya?
So I was trying to take my pre-med classes while traveling with Pac-12 soccer, and I couldn't eat. So my parents had to bring me down food every week, and we put it in my little fridge because I didn't have a kitchen in my dorm, and I would have to travel with the food. So we'd have this big ice chest that became like an iconic thing.
Sure.
At ASU. They call it Corey's Cooler. And we'd have to travel and fly with this big old ice chest.
But you made it happen.
Yeah.
You figured out a way to make it happen and to continue on with the goals that you set for yourself.
Exactly.
That is amazing. Well, and that's not all. Because then later you were diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease.
Yes.
Was this 2 years later?
So, yeah. So
Okay.
in my freshman year, I was still pretty sick. I didn't really want to tell a lot of people because I was like, I just want to play.
Right.
I don't
Just
want
to be a normal kid.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
Normal freshman.
Right.
So, but it kept getting worse and worse to where I wasn't able to move my wrist. I was having double vision on the field, which is really hard when you're playing soccer.
Yeah, I can
Like,
imagine.
which ball's which?
Yeah.
And other symptoms to where like my heart rate stopped going up when I was working out. And so the medical team actually told me that I needed to stop playing,
Oh, wow.
which was a total shot to the heart because
Yes.
I was like, I've been working my whole life for this. We've sacrificed so much for this leading up to this point, and now I can't even play.
Did you think it was over?
I did.
You did.
I honestly, at this time, there was so much going on just with my body, and we were going to the hospital every weekend that I didn't have a game, getting testing done. The test would come back negative. They would send me to a new specialist. So we had pretty much used all of the specialists in Arizona, and we went to Boston to see the celiac specialist of the world, and they couldn't figure it out.
Oh
so
my
then they had to
gosh.
send me to a new specialist. So it was a pretty like hopeless time in my life to where I wasn't sure what was wrong. I was getting worse and worse and worse. I was eating everything correctly. I was on like the cleanest diet.
Yes.
And I was still reacting to everything I ate.
And how did they finally come to the diagnosis of Hashimoto's?
Yeah, so eventually I got sent to an endocrinologist, and
Okay.
they ran the test, and they were like, oh, you have Hashimoto's and you're on the verge of type 1 diabetes.
Oh my gosh.
Because
After all those specialists.
After all the specialists.
That is so discouraging.
Yes.
Yes.
And so the hard thing is, like, if you have one autoimmune, they tend to pile on each other. So if you don't get your immune system under control and to get the inflammatory system to relax and stop attacking itself, they tend to pile on.
Okay.
And so
that's what was happening.
And we didn't know it at the time. So then I had to stop playing soccer, and I actually ended up having to redshirt my sophomore year as well. Okay. So I only got to play my freshman fall season, and then I didn't play after that for about a year.
Yes. But you didn't give up.
I didn't give up.
You didn't give up. And God bless your family right behind you, determined to figure out what you were dealing with. And so once the diagnosis was made, Hashimoto's on top of celiacs, were they able to get it under control?
Yeah. So I do think the rest really helped a lot. Like, I'm not a rest person, but
yeah, I can tell.
Not in my blood, but being forced to take a break and take a step back and started to finally recover, and my immune system started to calm down. And I finally started being able to, like, digest food and not get sick. And
whole new world for you, I'm sure.
Whole new world. It's been going on for like a year, two or 3 years at this time, to where I was like, no way.
Yeah, this is actually going to be okay.
Normal. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I had some hope at this time that, like, because for a while I wasn't sure, like, how long I could live like this. You know, you start questioning, you start doubting, and life just feels hopeless, you know? And so
how did you keep the faith? How did you keep the strength? And also the goal, because we ended up going back and playing soccer at ASU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, like, I would say, like, my teammates were amazing during this time. I have, like, a core group of roommates who were, like, so encouraging to me during this time and just stuck with me through it. And my parents helped me every step of the way. I mean, every doctor's appointment, my mom came down or my dad came down and went with me, you know, and so I'm getting these crazy tests done or blood work every single week. You know, they were there for me through it all. And I think the biggest part too is, like, growing in my faith. I think that was the one thing that really helped me find some hope.
Yes, I'm sure.
And not feel like everything was hopeless, and find purpose in the pain. So
well, thank God, literally.
Yes.
Literally
thank
God.
God.
I remember reading your mom's posts on Facebook. I swear this whole community was praying for you because it was pretty dire, and you could tell that people were praying for a solution, and it came. And so you're getting healthy, you're eating normal.
Yes.
Well, normal for you now, a new normal.
A new normal.
And you're feeling healthy and strong, and then you're entering your junior season at ASU. So let's take a break there, and when we come back, we're going to continue the story. It's Corey Sullivan with us this morning, Basis Prescott graduate. What year did you graduate?
It's a really good 2018.
2018. And pro soccer player. More with Corey coming up here on Leza Live. Right now, you know, life is so full of surprises. Corey is a testament to that. But a dental emergency doesn't have to be one of them. When you're in pain, turn to the experts at Pro Solutions Dental Group. Their friendly staff understands that emergencies can happen anytime, anywhere, and that's why they're here for you when you need them the most. With cutting-edge technology and compassionate care, they'll have you feeling better in a flash. Don't let those tooth troubles hold you back. Call Pro Solutions Dental Group today. Their number's 928-776-1208, or reach them online at PrescottDentist.com, and we'll be right back. Having a good time this morning on Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM, KYCA, chatting with pro soccer player Corey Sullivan this morning. She is a Prescott basis graduate and is back in town visiting family and to tell us her story, which is a great story of just fortitude and striving for your dream and making it happen regardless of the challenges along the way. You had another challenge.
Yes.
You tore your ACL in 2020, playing for ASU at that time?
Yeah, well, yes. It was during COVID.
During
so
COVID.
I was back in Prescott actually training with a group of friends. This is, again, when I was starting to get healthy, so I was just enjoying the game.
Right.
Feeling like all the passion and really the joy of playing again. And unfortunately, I got in a tackle with one of my friends and dislocated my knee, tore my ACL, tore both sides of my meniscus.
Oh, God bless.
Fractured the bone. So
You
it was like
did?
a whole...
So that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And how long did it take to recover from that?
So the predicted recovery was supposed to be like over 12 months.
Wow.
And so at that point, I was like, I'm done with soccer.
Yeah,
I
bet you thought.
My college career is almost over. I haven't played for over a year at this time, just dealing with the Hashimoto's and celiac. So, but honestly, I think grace of God, like I came back and I started playing at 8.5 months. Like
you did.
Extremely fast
you healed
recovery.
Fast. Probably because you were eating so healthy.
Yes, I think that was a
taking
factor.
Such good care of yourself. See, so it all helped out in the end.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. The doctors were probably like, "This gal, she is a medical miracle."
Oh, they were shocked.
Yeah, I bet.
Absolutely shocked. So, yeah, came back at 8.5 months and scored the game-winning goal against UCLA at 9 months on the day for my surgery.
Amazing.
Which is the first time we beat them since, I think, 2000.
Wow.
So it'd been like 20 years. It's an iconic moment in the history of ASU, but I was just so blessed to get to be a part of that.
Yes. Well, that had to ignite that fire in you again. I can do this.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, game-winning goal. How exciting. Is that your career highlight so far?
Oh.
You've got a lot of them, don't you?
Yeah, but it has to be one of the top for sure.
Your college behind you, beating the rivalry. How exciting
getting
for you.
To be back on the field and just having the support of all my teammates who had seen me go through all these struggles for the past 2 years. Like their support when I scored the goal,
on.
It was
Oh, that is amazing. Well, then you graduated from ASU and then you decided to play pro soccer. You got recruited.
Yes.
In Mexico.
Yes.
How was that?
It was honestly so much fun. The Mexican world is just so different. They love soccer.
They do. It's the number one sport.
Number one
right?
sport.
They call it football, right?
Football, yes.
Yes. And here you were coming right out of college and just dove right into that career.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, another huge blessing because I was just excited to be back on the pitch, but now I was getting professional offers. So I got to go play with one of my best friends from college. Actually, she's on the Mexican national team.
Wow.
So we both ended up on the same team. And the atmospheres were amazing in Mexico. We got to play in these humongous professional stadiums, live coverage of everything.
You guys were like rock stars, right?
Yeah. It was crazy. You would go to the grocery store and people are coming up and asking for signatures and photos and all this stuff. And I was like, this is so out of my comfort zone.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. And how long did you play in Mexico?
I played for 6 months in Mexico.
Okay. And what was your favorite thing about living in Mexico?
Oh,
I mean, was it the food? Matt wants to know, but I mean, with the celiacs, I don't know.
Actually, a lot of it's corn-based.
Oh, good.
So I was able to eat some good tacos and enchiladas in Mexico.
Awesome.
And culturally, it was really fun to experience that with, someone who's from Mexico.
Yes.
Felt a lot safer, but also just getting to be famous in Mexico.
Yeah. Amazing.
Wild, yeah.
Do you speak Spanish?
I didn't. So
No.
that was a big
Okay. Was that a struggle for you?
Step outside of my comfort zone. Yeah, for sure. And I think that was part of the reason I decided to go abroad to England or Scotland after that, just because I could speak the language and connect more with my teammates and coaches. But yeah, the Mexican style was very fun. They were mostly just like, Corey, go out and do your thing. And
amazing.
Just got to have a lot of freedom on the ball and enjoy every moment out on the field. So,
wow, good for you. So then you got the offer to go play for, I've got it here, the Glasgow City FC in Scotland.
Yes.
In the UK. And was that an easy decision for you?
I had a couple offers, but this team was in Champions League, which is the biggest league in the world for, men's and women's football.
Okay.
And so it's a huge honor to get to play in Champions League.
Yes.
So for me, when I had the offer and there was a team that I could be a key player on in Champions League, it was kind of a no-brainer.
Right. So you went there and you started your career there about a year ago, right?
Yes.
Wasn't it July 23?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what did you think? I mean, I've never been to Scotland, but a lot different than Mexico or Prescott, Arizona.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, definitely very different. I mean, it's beautiful in Scotland, but it rains all the time.
And that's going to affect your sport because you
yeah.
guys play outside,
Play
right?
outside, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
This is I got to experience a whole new world of frozen feet in the winter.
I bet.
Frigid winds and rain during games. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You're like, I'm kind of missing that Arizona sunshine about now. Wow. And how was your season last year?
You know, I feel like the season was full of ups and downs. We had a new coach, so it was kind of a little bit of an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned a lot. I grew a lot as a player, which I think is the most important part. And I got to contribute and assist in Champions League, which is a huge deal.
Right.
And just get the opportunity to go and play in Champions League, play at that high level and start at that level. And then in league, you know, we had some good moments, some rough moments.
Right.
But yeah.
You scored a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many? How many last season?
Ooh.
Do you keep count of how many goals over your whole career?
Oh.
I think I would. I'd have like little notch on my I don't know, door jamb.
I think I have too many to count
Yeah,
now.
that's amazing. That's because you're a forward, right?
Yes. So
Yes.
I'm typically a left winger. So
Left
I
winger.
cross them in or I'll cut back and shoot. But yeah, it was a good opportunity. Scored a lot of goals in Scotland. So that was quite fun.
Very nice. I wonder, was it hard living in Scotland with their accent? Because they are hard to understand. No offense to any Scottish out there, but you know, I have to really pay attention.
Yes. The
Yeah.
Glaswegian accent too is like the hardest one to
Is
understand.
it? Of course.
And I think it took like 3 months for me I was like, going into it, I was like, it can't be worse than living in Mexico and not understanding Spanish.
Right.
No,
It
was
was.
the same. It was learning a new language.
I bet
so,
it was. Yeah.
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 But honestly, the girls on the team were so nice and they typically slowed down when they were talking
did,
to
yes.
us Americans. So
Yeah. How many Americans did you have on your team?
I think we had 3 or 4.
Hmm.
So it was quite fun. And we got to go on our off weekends. We would go explore either other parts of Scotland or we would go to different parts of Europe.
Yes,
So
you have to.
Spain,
Right.
Portugal, Switzerland.
Lovely.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's lovely. So you loved that part of it, I'm sure.
Yes.
How about the food? Was that a challenge?
The food was
Lots
a little
of potatoes,
bit.
I think.
Mhm. Their traditional meal is haggis.
Yeah.
Which
What
is
is that?
like they take the stomach of a lamb, I think, and stuff it with intestines
Oh.
and boil it.
And how is that?
Mm.
No.
I didn't try it. I was like, I'm gluten free.
yeah. They're like, there's no gluten. You're like, it's
The
fine.
best excuse,
Yeah,
celiac. Sorry, I can't.
Right. Oh, God bless your heart. Well, that's exciting. So, some exciting news that Corey wants to share after this quick break because she's not going back to Scotland.
No.
We'll tell you where Corey's going. Coming up here on Leza Live. Stay with us. Welcome. Ooh, I can't hear myself. Welcome back, and thank you for listening to Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM KYCA. Having a great conversation with pro soccer player. I love saying that. I'm sure you love hearing it. Corey Sullivan, who is also from Prescott, Arizona, grew up here, graduated from Basis Prescott, and has been telling us all about her amazing career as a pro soccer player. And she just shared with us that she played last season in Glasgow City in Scotland, but you got an offer somewhere else and you're taking it. Tell everybody where you're going to be playing, or what vicinity, because you can't really mention the team just yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just signed my contract, so they'll be announcing it soon.
Yes.
So you can follow that on my Instagram and Twitter.
Wonderful, wonderful. But can we say which area of the world?
I'll be back in the States.
That's
so
exciting.
I'm so excited to be back home, closer to family, but also just get to play in front of the fans again, and all of our games will be on Peacock, so
that's
much
great.
more accessible.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm super excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you
that
so
is
much.
quite an accomplishment to be back here in the United States, and I'm sure that was part of the plan. I think a lot of times athletes have to go overseas for starters in their career. There's a lot more opportunity over there, but to be able to come back, I know with Mateo, my son-in-law, he's like North America is where I got to be. So this is going to be amazing. Your family's going to be close. Your parents are going to be out there every game.
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so too. I hope so too. That is amazing. So I'm wondering, with the Olympics coming up in July, is that in your wheelhouse? Is that a part of your dream as a soccer player?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely a part of the dream. I mean, it would be a huge honor to get to represent my nation at such a high level. So we'll see how this year goes and continue just to be process oriented and try to score lots of goals. And
you
we'll
go,
see.
girl. We'll be cheering you on. We'll be watching you on Peacock, definitely.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about being a pro athlete. I mean, you have to really be dedicated and determined to your sport, to that lifestyle. Give everybody kind of a glimpse into what it is that you do. And food is a big deal. I mean, for pro athletes, but you specifically with your challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does a day in the life look like for you?
It's a lot of sacrifice, definitely, for sure. And being a professional athlete, there's a lot you have to do behind the scenes that probably goes unnoticed. So for me, I would get up, eat a healthy breakfast, go to training, eat a healthy lunch. You got to keep the nutrition anti-inflammatory, for me especially.
Sure.
But then it's going back and watching film of your games, watching practice film, and really it's the tiny details that separate the professional athletes at this level. So it's cleaning up your touch, cleaning up the small things, your awareness, where your head is on the field, is it on a swivel? So yeah, it's a lot of dedication, and then there's recovery. So there's ice bath after that, rolling out. Yeah.
Yes. You eat, drink, sleep, play, live soccer.
Yes.
24/7.
24/7.
Is there any time for social life? Or is it more with your team?
It's more with the team.
Yeah.
I would say my roommate in Scotland was definitely better at it, but it was good because she helped pull me out of my comfort zone. And I helped her continue to focus on, the small things. So we were a good team in that regard. So
wonderful, wonderful. What is the best part of your job on the field? What is your favorite thing? It's got to be kicking those goals.
Scoring goals,
yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole world goes on pause once the ball goes in the back of the net, and you just turn and celebrate with your teammates. It's like all the hard work has paid off.
Yes,
so
absolutely. What's the hardest part of your job out there on the pitch?
I would say when the going gets tough and your team is in a slump, it's hard to remain positive or neutral and not get into a toxic negative mindset. But in order to be a leader on that and continue to drive the standard forward, but encourage your teammates, that can be a really challenging sport, spot, especially in a team sport, you know, making sure that everyone is unified and we're not starting to point fingers at each other, but we're owning up to our own mistakes and continuing to strive to get better. So
keeping your head in the game.
Yes, exactly.
Well, this has all been so interesting to me. Now, you mentioned pre-med earlier.
Yes.
When soccer's no longer your thing, is there a plan?
Kind of. I would love to go back to medical school potentially, but also I just feel like my life has taken so many turns at this point that I kind of want to be open and see where God takes me in it all. So, and again, I love soccer, so want to take that as far as I can, but I also love training kids, and so I want to help the next generation to achieve their dreams. So.
Oh, well, you are such a lovely young lady. I was watching some clips of your soccer highlights, and I'm like, look at Corey. She's all grown up. I mean, I knew you way back when. You were a little tyke. I think you went to Abaya Judd with the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're just a lovely young lady, and I just wish you the best of luck with everything.
Thank you so
yes,
much.
we'll all be watching. We'll all be cheering. And if everybody wants to follow you, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, so my Instagram is Corey, so CORI__Sullivan, and my Twitter is Corey_Sullivan19. So
okay,
yes.
And is that your number, 19?
We'll see at my new club, but I
Yes.
asked for that one.
You
So
did.
got to represent Prescott, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we are all cheering for you, Corey, and keep up the good work. I know it's a lot of work.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, say hi to your folks for me, all right?
Hi, Mom.
Well, your dad's an actual rocket scientist, isn't he?
Very smart man.
I mean, yeah, he's an ophthalmologist over
he's an optometrist.
optometrist.
Yes.
I knew it was one or the other.
They're
there.
easily confused.
Yes, over at Premier Eye Center.
Yes.
Off of Willow Creek Road. I've gone there for 100 years.
Yeah.
And so say hi to your folks
I
and your
will.
sister for me, all right?
I will.
All
Thank you so
right.
much.
You're welcome, Corey. And thank you all for joining us this morning. Thanks for putting up with my coughs. I didn't cough once during our interview. You've cured me. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.